H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's great day. It's Taco Tuesday. I mean, not really Taco Tuesday, but it's Tuesday. And but Jimmy, let me tell you something. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight. The Clippers in Denver play Game 7 tonight, and also the start of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight. Miami versus Boston, and as customary, our special 5 people who sign up on the Facebook feed, the first 5, they are starting 5. And I'm announcing them today, every day on Facebook or YouTube. Whoever sign on to the feed first, we acknowledge those first 5 people. So we got Tyandra Holmes, Rick Brown, Melvin Dews, Rod Wells, Todd Holmes. The Holmes family is represented today. And our 6th man is Daryl Anderson. So, but Jimmy, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. We had some high school stuff that you covered. You broke some news yesterday about the Super 16s. It's an event, and I'll let you explain that a little bit yesterday. We got a lot of stuff, but some troubled me, Jimmy. I saw some last night, and I just want to share it with the people on the Facebook feed. Maria Taylor was at the Monday Night Football game. She was a sideline reporter. And Dan McNeil used to play with the Chicago Bulls a long time ago. Dan McNeil, Jimmy, posted a tweet. And I know my women on the air are going to tear his head off. But he posted a tweet, and I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Let me let y'all see. This what our black women have to go through when they're in positions of power. Sideline NFL reporter, he said something about her. And if you go and click the actual thing, he was just talking about she was dressed more for the AVN Awards presentation. You see what he said? NFL sideline reporter, a host for the AVN annual position award. And I don't know if you're familiar with the AVN. That's an adult video national publication. That's their awards, like the Oscars for the adult video people. And this what happens, y'all. That's why we have to protect and talk about this stuff. We got to protect our black women at all costs. Dan McNeil, you a clown. You our donkey of the day, whatever they call him. You our donkey of the day. And I've never had a donkey on the day, but I just did not like that. And I'm going to say it with my chest. Yes, Dan McNeil. And guess what, Jimmy? You know I don't like to tweet. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to I'm gonna add him. What you call? I'm gonna tag him. Believe you me, I'm gonna tag him in a video. In a tweet. But because I just didn't like that, it just didn't sit well with me, and I just wanted to share that in case y'all missed it. You know, y'all got to realize I'm not gonna miss much in this sports thing. But Jimmy, what else you got? What else you got going on today, man? You're on mute, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. What's going on,
Okay.
guys? It's one of those days, just rocking and rolling, queuing everything up for you for later on. We release the schedule for the Super 16. So that's what I was doing right now, getting it queued up, putting the finishing touches on queuing it up. So that way, when this thing drops, you will see just how hot indeed it is. That's the fall high school championships. Um, Going around the horn, of course,
And I got a
yesterday we
couple
didn't
of
give
grassroots topics I want to share with you too, Jimmy.
yeah.
Jimmy, we got a tweet. We got a tweet that this morning. Not a tweet, a DM this morning. And and the person who sent it, thank you so much. But do me a favor and send it to my personal or Jimmy's person. Sometimes I don't read all the stuff in the and I'm gonna start doing it since she did it. I'm gonna start doing it. Read all the messages in the Chop Shop email. I mean Twitter page. I just so happened to do it this morning, but it was a unique topic. So whenever we want to talk about high school basketball, I want as a topic that I wanted. So remind me later when we get into high school basketball. Y'all remind me to talk about it. So what else you got? What else you got over there? I'm trying to give you a chance to get your stuff together over there. Let me see what else. And then Jimmy, I want to talk about this, and y'all can talk about this on the Facebook feed if you like. The police, the LA Police Sheriff Department, two sheriffs. It's sad to hear two sheriff deputies got killed. Somebody walked up on them and shot him in the car. But it seems like the LA County, they want LeBron James to give him a reward. Out of all the people in LA, want him to give a reward to the fund for the two deputies who were shot. They also want LeBron to go ahead and run the department. Y'all will. But Jimmy, this the same guy that them folks said shut up and dribble. Now they want his help. So I just wanted to. Oh, they didn't die. I'm sorry. Rick Timms, thank you. They didn't die. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, they didn't die. Thank you so much. I thought they had passed away. Wow, that's good. So, but they want LeBron to give an award or reward Jimmy for the thing. So it's dude, it's a lot of stuff. Jimmy, and hold up, keep on typing. I got something else for you. Robert Covington, Houston Rocket, him and Lou Aldane, in case you didn't know, they partnered to with their own on their own. It's called On Our Own, an initiative, a community development project in South Chicago. They formed it. Let me see. It's him, Pops Mensah-Butsu, Matt Barnes are also investment partners. It's to impact the investment projects aimed to transform the south side of Chicago's neighborhood through an affordable housing and community development initiative that will improve quality of life through increased public safety and access to critical social services. Man, the project entails a plan to uplift a 143 unit multifamily property in West Pullman neighborhood of South Chicago. All you Chicago people might know where that is. I mean, it's a great thing, Jimmy. And guess what? They're going to do some things that's dedicated to have a STEM facility. In case you didn't know what STEM is, with science, technology, engineering, and math, the future of this world, getting our young people invested and as a younger age. So when they get older, they'll be abreast with those with the science, technology, engineering and math component. Jimmy, you ready yet? Or you still typing?
Oh,
I had more.
I'm good.
I
I'm
got
good
more.
to go.
Huh?
I'm good to go right now.
Okay. All right.
When I was setting the timer for it to be released, and sure enough,
one more, Jimmy. Give me one more. Give me one more before you go. Sean Livingston is joining the Warriors front office as Director of Players Affairs and Engagement. Livingston will be the highest ranking black person in the Warriors front office since since Mitch Richmond in 2008. Shout out to Sean Livingston. So you can know, boy, that management. I was talking about the Houston Rockets management. Boy, that management out there in the Bay Area is a little bit different, also. So, Jimmy, you can share. You can come in now, baby. All right.
Yeah. So we got that popping. So now I got everything queued up and for it, and that's the schedule for the Super 16 extravaganza. But I was still doing some surgery on this thing, making it pop. That's really some fun thing to do. So you guys, Adam, we got so much on the plate. We got our mailbox. We got everything. I'm saying, wasn't no basketball last night. We tied up last night. So we did. We went 1-1 last night. You won one, I won one.
Jimmy, I won the whole thing, Jimmy. Rod Wellston reminded everybody. So it's too late. Rod Wellston reminded everybody. Hold on.
That we agreed on. I thought Monday Night Football was going to decide it.
Jimmy.
We just go to the overtime.
No, Jimmy. I was up 8-6. Now I'm up 9-7. It's no way you can catch up. I won, baby. Look at it, Rod Wells. He put it 9-7. Thank you, Rod Wells. I posted it on the screen. Hold up. I'm going to post it on the screen again. Because y'all see, now y'all realize all of those years, this what Jimmy been doing to me, man. I beat the brakes off him, and then he come back and say, well, we tied up. We tied up. Okay, Jimmy, we tied up. If it make you feel better, we tied. Okay, all right.
Well, damn New York Giants, both of those New York teams lost on over the weekend. Both of them are some straight garbage. I'm telling you, both of them, the Giants and the Jets. Hey, man, dude, I tried my best to watch that last game, because I wanted to see what this Tennessee team, the team that eliminated Baltimore. Man, that kicker missed 3 field goals.
Yeah.
He missed a couple of extra points. And he still has a job. Because, understand, he's one of the best kickers in the game until now. Everybody has a point when they start to fade to black. If that kicker was black, I would have missed that game. No, I'll put like
Jimmy. Come on. Ain't too many kickers black. Come on, man.
Tell you what, we ain't got to even go.
Yeah. And Jimmy, while you were talking,
if they would have lost the game,
do
you think he would have still had his job?
No, he's got cut. And he's a Hall of Fame kicker, Jimmy. He used to be with New England. Jimmy, I just posted something on the screen while you were talking. That's Derrick Henry in his unique outfit. That's got, you see Sandra Bland, all the people who got killed by police, Jimmy, and no name is duplicated. All the black people who got killed by that. I'm gonna put it up there again so y'all can know what I was. He got a tailor-made suit made. And if you look at it up on the things, all of them are different. I see Tamir Rice names up there, Michael Lee, just all the guys. I saw Sandra Bland. He got them all, and they told me that no name is duplicated. That's how many people, black people, that got killed by police in these years. I mean, he represented that suit. Suit looked nice too. Suit looked nice, and but he can't wear that too many more times. I done seen it too many times. So, but no. But hey, I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Some tailors out there that's really getting it in with some unorthodox units that they've been making. It started, let me tell you something. It started with a couple of novelties. So they're immune from prosecution, meaning that the late, great Craig Sager, whoever his tailor was, and Calvin Murphy, whoever the hell Calvin Murphy tailor was, they get immunity because they go up under the Dolomite clause. We take them back to the 70s. But it's some other guys out there, man, who makes them. It's like, wow, how could you get some of this stuff approved? But I do understand that a lot of football guys got different tastes than basketball players as far as clothing. A lot of them do. A lot of the football players consistently wear tighter clothes than the basketball player. If you pay attention, yes, we do have some Dwayne Wades and some Russell Westbrooks, and often James Harden every now and then. Well, but James Harden, most of his shorts, he like them tight, tighter
You
than
you
normal.
just can't help it. You just can't help it. Go on, keep on. I know. Go on, say something
But
about it.
but but, but football players on the norm, a lot of them wear the tight stuff,
Jimmy,
garments.
did you
And
see what the black quarterbacks? It was 10 of them. First time in history. It was 10 of them started. I meant to talk
yeah,
about that yesterday. I didn't talk about it. Because we
yeah,
you,
Will Johnson had posted that yesterday. Shout out to Will Johnson for posting that. We had already we was long gone from the football topic yesterday when he posted it. But 10 for the first time in history, 10 black quarterbacks started yesterday. What was the record of the 10? How I'm curious
I
as
don't
though.
know. So I'm gonna call them out. Cam Newton, he
Uh,
won.
uh,
Teddy Bridgewater lost. Dwayne Haskett won. Lamar Jackson won. Patrick Mahomes won. Kyler Murray won. Dak Prescott lost. Tyrod Taylor won. Deshaun Watson lost. Russell Wilson won. Did you get that?
I think I got
Okay, where you want me to stop at? Where you
seven
want
to
to go?
three.
Huh?
You guys, I ran out of fingers, so I was doing it the old
Oh,
fashioned
okay,
way.
my bad.
Putting my fingers.
hey, they most
I
of them
didn't see
won, Jimmy. I said
most
one a
of
lot more times than I
yeah.
did. I
And,
said once.
and hey, also, how about last night in of course Astros were off last night. They're back in action today. They host the Texas Rangers. So we'll see if they can get back their winning ways after splitting the series with the Dodgers. And of course the Astros right now are sitting in second place comfortably with 6.5 games behind. But for the first time in a very long time, the Astros are sub 500. They are 23-24 on the season. And if one thing about uh, just paying attention, that Seattle team is right on the Astros' neck, who we thought at the beginning of the season when the Astros swept them, everybody was like, a lot of people were like, well, that's the worst team in the league. Seattle is right there, a game and a half behind the Astros. Uh, the Dodgers are still getting it in at 33-14 with the best record in baseball right now, and well, guess what? As good as the Dodgers are doing, they're only 2.5 games ahead of the Padres. Padres are hot right now, and they are 31-17. Those are the only two teams that have won more than 30 games. Of course, Tampa Bay and Chicago White Sox have won 30 each. So now we got that out the way. Now we're gonna get ready to go in that mailbag and push everything up. I think I can go on and give you guys, instead of holding you guys hostage, let's
Okay.
go and give you guys the schedule and put it out there for you right now. How you can go over.
Let me see.
Well,
Let me see. Let me
I
see.
don't, let me know if you can see it. Go to the front of the website. You may not be able to see it. I had it set to start at 1 o'clock. Let's see if you can see it. Look on the front of the website. Do you see
Hold up.
Super 16?
Hold up.
You
Hold
may
up.
not.
Hold up.
Can't let me know.
Hold up. Hold up. Let me do something here, y'all. Let me work on something. Let me work on something. All right. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Go to your website, RCS Sports, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I got the front of the website. What you want me to click on?
Do you see it on there anywhere on the front?
It's not on the front.
Okay, there ain't no problem.
Okay.
There ain't no problem.
What you want me to
Here what I
click on?
got. Refresh your screen.
Refresh it. Let me see. Let me see if I got a refresher over here anywhere. Hey, y'all, only on the chop shop with this happen. I
Now,
just
here's we
refreshed.
go.
Ain't nothing happen. It don't just pop up. Oh, now hold up. No. I see the. Oh, no. It's on there. But okay, I see what you're saying. I thought it was just gonna pop up. You didn't tell me to click the link. All right,
Yeah.
I got the link. Okay.
Now we go with Friday. Here we go, guys. Without further ado, here's the schedule.
All right.
Friday. We'll start with
Let me
Friday.
see.
Friday schedule
Hold up,
for
Jimmy.
the Super 16
Uh-huh.
extravaganza, which will take place October 2nd over at the gym. You let me know when you
It's up there,
you
baby.
cue it
It's
on.
up there, baby.
There you go, guys. We got Kingwood and Westbury Christian. We're only going to use 2 courts on Friday,
Okay.
right? Westfield will play Marion
Mm-hmm.
and Lamar will play Sharpstown. That's a showdown right there because you guys get a chance to see Sir Isaac Heron going against Josh Foreman, right? On the other court, Atascocita and Legacy will be getting it down. Atascocita is loaded, Legacy is loaded. This could very well be number 1 versus number 2 in the city, getting it down against each other right there on that Friday at 7:25. At 8:35, Summer Creek and Bush will be getting down. You got Summer Creek. They bring back Reese Allen and the loaded Jalene Goodman and the rest of those guys. Then you have Bush over there you got Brandon Love, right? You got the young fella. Kyler, give us a young fella. What's the young fella I'm talking about? Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith.
And the rest of the Bush Broncos. That game will be very, very intriguing. Also at the 8:35, Clearbrook and Houston Christian. I remember you mentioned yesterday, the Melinda brothers, siblings, get to go up against Austin Benyigi and the rest of those guys, and of course the talented freshman and everything else.
Hey,
you got
Jimmy. We gonna see how tough this little dude is y'all talking about right now. When them Mo Millie boys get hold to him. Yeah.
You think so? Who you think gonna win?
Yeah. Hey, I'm going with. Hey, wait a minute. What's Clearbrook? I'm going with my boy. I'm going with the Millie boy. Yeah. They're my,
really?
Yeah, they're my dudes. You gotta remember, Jimmy. I saw him.
Now remember, Houston Christian got Noah Khan. They got Kobe Haynes. They got Eli Bernstein. They got 3 very good guards.
I thought he was playing against the guy. I'm sorry, I thought he was playing against the other guard. You was talking about Austin Kid.
Yeah. That's going.
I thought that's who they were playing against. I thought you mentioned him. Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned him, but I think that's another pool.
That's another pool. Okay, my bad. Okay.
Now this on Friday. Hold on, I'm getting everything queued up.
Okay. So I can get that one on off, right?
No, hold on. Let them
I'll leave it up there. Okay. All right.
Now remember that first game, Kingwood and Westbury Christian. That's Westbury Christian remember, they won a tournament against all-star teams about 2 weeks ago at the Lamar Holtz tournament. So this matchup is very good. Kingwood is the team. Basically, they have about 5 players from that Scholar Athletes program. That's going to be interesting. We can go on now. I just put it out there, and now everybody knows. We can share the show right now. If you haven't done so, share the show right now with your friends, with your timeline. Share it as a story publicly so that everybody can get it. Now, Here we go. They want you to blow the screen up. Y'all just get close to the screen and look at it. We go to Saturday.
The screen is blown up. You just got to get a better device. That's what you got to go get a big screen TV. That's all. Keep going, Jimmy.
So now on Saturday, how this thing is going to tip off? Because that Saturday is a SAT testing date. So that's why we always take in the accord to not start the games pretty early for the most part, because to give respect to those who are taking the SAT. So most of the games not going to start till 1 o'clock. But as you guys see on your schedule right now, we're on Saturday. You got it queued up, Adam?
No. I got to refresh it first, right?
No, just scroll on up.
Oh, scroll?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me see if you done did. Let me see what you done, Jimmy. Let me see. Oh, Jimbo. Now it get big, Jimmy. Okay. We'll start at the top. Okay.
And of course, you see Manville and Concordia Lutheran is going to start the day out at 10:40. Manville.
Let me get me and you out the way. I'm going to move me and you up to the top. All right, now, talk. Okay.
Of course, that's Manville and Concordia Lutheran. And that is a super, super showdown. We're talking about from between those two teams. Of course, Manville has Big Sean Walker and Mason McBride, and then also the guards. They have to go with those guys. Then you're talking about Concordia Lutheran, R.J. King. You got Griffin Datcher. That's going to be one hell of a matchup right there to start the day off. And the good thing about that matchup, there's no other game going on. So that means that particular game, although it's at 10:40 in the morning, it will have the undivided attention of everybody who will be in the building. And that's a good thing. So if you ever playing a game like that at an event, you always want to pay attention to what else is going on at the same time. Crosby and Woodlands Christian. That's the matchup we talked about yesterday, Alan. When I said it's another pool. That's
Okay,
Austin
I got you.
Benyingi
Okay.
and those guys, Ben Perkins' son and the new kid that come over, the young freshman, they get to go against PJ Haggerty and company and Sean Elkington and those guys. That's the game. I mean, there's no other game going on. That means that's going to be popping at 11:50. And this is the Super 16. It will take place October the 2nd through the 4th. And right now we're talking about
Jimmy,
Saturday.
please tell them where it is so nobody else won't ask. Give me the venue.
At the gym.
Gym in Humble.
At the gym in Humble. And the details will be posted. Guys can go to the RCS Sports app and get all of the details for the venues and directions. Actually, we're going to have all rosters will be populated on that as well. Now, at the 1 o'clock game, you got Elkins and Houston Christian. You got Manville and South Woods. You got Peyto and Marion. You got Shadow Creek and Sharpstown. I mean, you don't even know what court you want to get on at 1 o'clock. Then at 2 o'clock, 2:10, Cy Ranch and Kingwood. Summer Creek and Beaumont United going down at 2:10. Legacy and Goose Creek Memorial. Crosby playing Dawson at 3:20. Westfield and Peyto. Clearbrook and Elkins. Shadow Creek and Lamar. And then Concordia and South Woods. The pool play will wrap up at 4:30. Beaumont United will play Bush. Atascocita will play Goose Creek Memorial. Woodlands Christian will play Dawson, and Cy Ranch will play Westbury Christian. That 4:30 game is what we talked about yesterday, because that Beaumont United we mentioned the freshman Wesley Yates. He will be opposite Tyler Smith. And these two, that game.
Is he a freshman? Is Wesley a freshman or sophomore?
Well, rising sophomores.
Okay.
So that's right. They started the sophomore season,
right.
Class of 2023.
Okay.
That game could definitely set separation. From Tyler Smith could have a chance. He's about 6'8", wiry forward. That's right now that's ranked among the top 12, top 10 in the country via ESPN. Wesley Yates is a player that is without question worthy enough to be ranked in the country. He's sitting right now in kind of that role where Wesley is growing in. He's the Beaumont Bryce Griggs. You see? Meaning that the community is rallying around. He's box office for Beaumont. He's the Beaumont Bryce Griggs. I mean, he's constantly building a reputation down there. Now, meanwhile,
Jimmy, could you use a different name? Because Bryce is kind of a national figure.
No, I'm talking to understand. In the 10th grade, coming into the 10th grade, Bryce Griggs had got this surge after his season, his 10th grade season.
But Jimmy, he was the number one player in the country as a young player.
But
6, 7, and 8th grade. I mean,
I'm not talking about in the 8th grade, what you was in the 8th grade. I'm talking about in high school.
But he's a national figure. But people still know him from that time.
People know from the grassroots team he played with. They know him like that, but I'm talking about as far as the accolades, because most people don't do the rankings nationally until after your 9th grade season or midway through your 9th grade season, most of the national guys. I'm not talking about, so what I'm saying when I mention him is he's a guy that like a year ago, Bryce was not ranked in nobody's top 30 a year ago in the country. And that's what I meant by that. So that's the context.
It wasn't his fault.
Well, okay, but it's not Wesley Yates' fault.
So Wesley Yates ranked in the top 30?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's in a situation that neither one of them was ranked in the top 30 in the nation. So after Wesley Yates sophomore
I don't think it's the same comparison, but I'll let you do it.
It's the same comparison as to what you were and what you were not respected as.
The way you look at it, I don't look at it that way, but keep going.
That's exactly Wesley Yates ain't got no invite to USA basketball. Bryce Griggs had a year ago. They were both.
Jimmy, it's all right for me to just not agree with it. It's okay. It's all right.
But I'm talking about that and nothing else. I'm not talking about the talent level. I'm talking about the component, the variable, the A plus B equals C. He's in the same situation. Whereas people know we us, but they like, what we got to see because this kid. So once again,
I just
this
hope I'm glad. I hope Wesley don't have no haters on him. But keep going, Jim.
that comes with it. That's the whole that's a whole other topic. That's one of the topics later on in the show. That comes with it. We gonna go back down the line. I went back and I did homework of all of our McDonald's All-Americans from the past 10 years. And you'll see step by step how many of those guys were perceived among Houston. And the majority of them were not in favor by a lot of people, hated greatly, but they still made it on through. So now, once again, that game, 4:30, is going to be one to watch. Beaumont United and Bush. Atascocita and Goose Creek Memorial, Woodlands Christian, Dawson, Siren Ranch, and Westbury Christian. Now that's how this thing goes. Everybody plays 2 pool games. And basically, in a nutshell, how the schedule goes, if you win your pool, then you advance automatically to Sunday. If you don't win your pool, then you might have to play your first pool game on Saturday evening, right? And so that means now that will be at stake for some of those teams, and that bracket play will start on Saturday evening at the gym. The very last game, I think, is at like 6:50. And that means the event is over with before dark on Saturday. That brings us to Sunday's action. We go to Sunday, bracket play will wrap up on Sunday. And the championship game is at 5, like 5 o'clock, 10 minutes after 5. But there are a few showcase games sprinkled in the schedule on Sunday as well. And so we go to Sunday. And you got to scroll up to Sunday.
Hold on. Now I had to get some of these folks on here trying to tell me what to do. Y'all got to be at y'all rabbit ass mind. Let it go. Hell no, nigga. Hey, y'all got to be out y'all mind. Come on, Jimmy. I don't have to let it go, everybody. I can speak up.
Now,
y'all can't speak up against Jimmy. I can. Keep going, Jim.
You say what now?
They can't. I told them they can't speak up. Tell me, let it go. I said, you can't tell me what to do. I'm just telling you, I don't have to agree with everything Jimmy says. Let's get that straight. I don't have a kid out here got to be ranked. So let's get that understood right now, all you commenters on the damn Facebook page. I don't have no kid. I'm just telling you the way I see it. It's more than one way to see anything. And y'all got to understand that and quit being so damn blind. You've been blind for years. I'm trying to take the blinders off of you. Now, Jimmy, you can continue. Unbelievable. I told y'all a long time ago. Harriet Tubman said she'd have freed a whole lot of y'all ass if you thought you were slave. She'd have freed a whole lot more if you thought you were slave. Some people just think they got it going on. I'm just trying to explain to it from a whole nother, let's get this straight. I got a whole different outlook on summer basketball and high school basketball than Jimmy. Let's get that straight. I don't have no business. High school basketball don't give me no money. Nothing. So when I'm just giving you the facts the way I see it, it's always more than one way to see it. And take your blinders off, and then guess what? Then you won't be whining and have to, you parents, and have to be a few years later, have to make up dummy Twitter pages to get back at Jimmy and get back at Wichco. I'm a guy can speak up on it right now. So that's what I wanted to say. In case you go any further, take your blinders off. Now, Jimmy, let's talk about this great event that's going to happen. So October the 2nd.
You finished or you done?
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, and the words of Little Baby back in the days. Now, of course, on this Sunday, we have in the green is the showcase games. Those teams are not in the bracket. They're not in, but they will play two games. Most of them will play two games apiece on Saturday. On Sunday afternoon, mid to late afternoon, and it starts off at 11:20 with Duncanville and Hightower.
Whoa,
Duncanville,
whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought them folks was kidding about that. Duncanville coming up here to play?
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So so Duncanville play Hightower at 11:20, and they're only gonna play one game, so that way they can get on back to Dallas, and that would be at 11:20 on the Gold Gym at the Gold Court, which is the new court that's built, and that's the largest court at the gym. It's in the back of the facility. So that game is probably going to max out whatever the allotted crowd will be. That game. Meanwhile, on the other courts, the quarterfinals will just be starting off on the, on the blue court, on the white court. Second Baptist will play Seed King, which is a very intriguing matchup for those two teams, based on what they have as far as personnel. Then the other quarterfinal will take place at 12:30, and that means that'll take them quarterfinal games. Then we have another set of showcase games where Hightower will play Side Creek. This Side Creek team is pretty doggone talented with guards, and of course Hightower is as well. Second Baptist will take on Ridge Point on the white court. So there'll be only two courts going the rest of the way. Then you will come back with the semifinal game, and those two semis will be at 2:50. Then we will play another set. You can scroll up a little bit more, Heather, if they can't see it, scroll up a little more so they can see the other set of showcase games at 4 o'clock and the championship at 5:10. Fort Bend Austin will play one showcase game against Seed King. By Side Creek will take on Ridge Point, and that's going to close it out a very good showcase game as well, because this Ridge Point team has been scrappy and getting it done and return a lot of players from last season. Championship game will be at 5:10. Only one game will take place, and that is your Super 16 Extravaganza 2020. And the Duncanville Hightower game is going to be pretty doggone intriguing as well. A lot of people I've already spoken with both of the coaches, and they embrace the matchup and playing each other. They are both welcoming that game. Now, mind you, this past weekend up in Dallas, Duncanville played in the Great American Shootout, the high school event up there. And they took one of the teams from Houston went up to Dallas and got the heads beat in. I'm thinking somebody told me the score was like 90-something to 20 something.
I thought that was a misprint. I thought that was a misprint.
Wasn't a misprint.
What's the name of the team?
Yeah.
Well, who was the team that got beat by 1,000?
Bel Air. And,
that's why you didn't want to mention it. Okay, I see. You should have just texted me, so I don't want to mention that. I wish you had to mention that. I like the Bel Air team. I like Bel Air.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, sometimes I'm not mad for Bel Air to go in and get that, but then Bel Air as a team, you don't go get that. Then all of a sudden, when you lose, you say, "Oh man, we had so many young guys trying to play and trying to get it figured out." Well, guess what? That's why they say it's levels to it. You should have played in a couple of leagues games or played against a couple of teams and sharpened your pencil before you went out there, went all the way to Dallas, and you got just what you want, what you had coming to you. You got. I mean, 91-27 in fall ball. That's non-competitive at all. That means in garbage time, you couldn't muster up 40 points. So once again, that's sometimes it lets you know where some players are. And then what happens is the player that are ranked high who play in that game, they will feel like, oh man, it was just a bad game. Well, I'm saying, yeah, people are gonna have bad games. But that was a non-competitive game. That's the thing. Bad games happen. Non-competitive, non-competing. That means you couldn't even compete with
Jimmy,
these guys.
that's mercy rule right there.
That's worse than mercy rule. That's
Yeah.
skunk.
Yeah.
Where I come from, skunk pay double.
No, but I'm just saying they got 20. I don't know what at point one where they got up 20. They should have just stopped that game and tell them kids to get back on the bus and go back home. They didn't have it they didn't have it that weekend. And guess what? In things like that, and I know we're saying we want to go get that back, but Duncanville, no, you don't go. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. And
So here's what happened, Howard. So to give understanding, if your son, you understand, Bel Air has the guard is already committed to Rice, so it's not affecting his scholarship at all. Getting his head being a part of that, it doesn't affect him at all. Understand how this goes. So it was just but you have a star young player, Jacoby Cole, right? He's a 2023, a sophomore. He started on varsity last season for Bel Air. And he's their best, most recruitable player. Most recruitable meaning promising based on the trajectory, the most recruitable. Well, if Jacoby is that good, you're not supposed to get beat that bad. You guys following what I'm saying? It happens, yes. But if that team, put it like this.
Jimmy, he can't hit, I don't care how good he is. If he ain't got no more Jacobys, hey, Duncanville got beat dudes on the end of their bench that's better. It's just as good as Jacoby. Jimmy?
And I say Jacoby is Jacob.
Jacob, I'm sorry, Jacob. See, I'm going back. Hey, y'all, I'm following. I don't know the young cat. Jacob Cole. Thank you. Thank you. She know who she is. Jacob Cole. Jacob, they gon' barely. Hey, man. I know you talk to them coaches. I talk to them coaches. Them coaches said that team good enough to have me to come to the gym because some of them guys might play after college.
Well, see, here's the thing when I look at it. And, like, you have, like, I think I'm looking at some of the comments, and even Bobby Benjamin say Glover wasn't coaching. I'm sure the coach would have saved 50 points. Hell, Peavy wasn't coaching either.
Yeah, it don't matter who coaching.
No. It does, but that's the same rule. It's always been the same rule for fall ball. So when a coach ain't coaching, we understand that. But what it does, that coach ain't coaching either. And we know Peavy has an effect with his players. Coach. So, and I understand Glover do too.
Coach.
But at the same time, and Sloan say that's not true. That team is too loaded. Remember now.
I think I just said that.
You're talking about matchups. In some games, it's not who win and lose. You're looking at Duncanville has 2 front court sophomores, the same class that Cole is. Think about the undercurrent. Cole was initially going to be the summer grassroots teammate of those guys. So this is an opportunity because one of those guys, or both of them, are ranked nationally. This is your chance to move the needle against one of both of those to let
I got a question.
Make
Jacob Cole is a guard. How tall is Jacob Cole?
Oh, about 6'5"-ish.
Wait a minute. I thought Ballet had a nice guard.
I just told you I just told you I mentioned him at first.
What's his name?
It doesn't affect him.
But what's his name?
That's Elijah Lawrence.
Okay. So you got a good guard.
Listen, one of the top guards in all of Greater Houston. You see what I'm saying? So you got a tempo setter, right? So you got your bookmarks are there.
And also, we had 2 players. Hold up. And both of those guys went up there and got beat by 1,000.
Yes. So that's what I'm getting at.
Let me get it right.
Here's the thing. So many people are don't want to hold the people accountable because you're afraid that them people gonna get on your ass when you're holding their kids accountable.
Who accountable? Who?
I mean, you have a top-ranked kid that goes on the road and you lay an egg. Well, God damn it! I mean, you got to hold them accountable because guess what?
Not really, Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That comes. Understand? I say a top-ranked kid. That comes with it.
You have to hold them accountable.
When you are top-ranked.
You in your position, you have to hold them accountable.
Yes.
We don't have to.
Yes, that comes with it. You don't.
Okay.
So most people want you to turn the blind eye and say, well, yeah, man, Duncanville really good. Yeah, we thought it was really good. Yeah, they're really good. But even it's layers for Duncanville. Put it like this: Duncanville was really good last year. They were the favorite to win state last year. Probably would have won it. I don't know. Dickinson may have something to say about that. But you saw what happened when Duncanville went up against Montverde.
Got their brains beat out.
You see what happened?
Yeah. It's levels to this thing.
It's levels. So that means you 2 levels behind.
But Jimmy, Duncanville got about 10. Polar Jacob and Elijah, hey, but 2 of them, 10 gonna beat 2. Jimmy, 10 gonna beat 2 any day in the week. You give me 10 dudes to 2 dudes, I'm gonna win. Bobby Knight said it great, Jimmy. You can do all the X and O's, but I want the Jims and Joes. In other words, you give me them 10 guys and you don't have but 2. I don't care how good a coach you, I'm gonna beat you with them 2.
But even in defeat, I'm supposed to lead. If I'm the guy, that's the thing.
You want him to have 1,000.
You're supposed to have your show up.
All right.
That's what, guys. I'm not talking about Bel Air supposed to beat Duncanville. They supposed to get their ass whipped by Duncanville. But your guy, your star guy, if he's supposed to be the best player in the state of Texas.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Or one of the top 5 in the state of Texas.
Okay.
Or one of the top 25 in the country. He's supposed to lead there with his fingerprints in that loss.
Jimmy, are you using hypotheticals right there? Or are those guys actually ranked like that?
Which ones?
The Houston guys. Is Elijah Lawrence one of the top?
I say if he's supposed to be,
is he
top 5 in the state? Which we have on RCS Sports. We don't rank. We haven't started our initial rankings of the 2023 class. That would be forthcoming, right?
Okay.
Now, I know that. I don't know. Remember, Allen Branch rankings aren't public, but they have comprised theirs.
No, I ain't talking about the Duncanville guys, Jim. I'm talking about the Houston guys.
I know. I'm talking about in the state. So Allen Branch covers the state.
Okay.
So he's done his rankings. We have to text Allen Branch and ask him what does he have Jacob Cole ranked in the state.
So you putting this on a freshman? This freshman, because he's a top-ranked freshman. He should.
No. But you're opposite. 2 guys from your class, your peers.
And they freshmen too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Okay.
So I'm not worried about the game. They could have lost by 120. But in that matchup, that was an opportunity to take something out of it to say, yeah, we got our ass whooped, but I bust his butt. That's how it's supposed to go.
I got you. Okay. I understand that. I can understand that. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to look down on Jacob or Elijah. I want to see how they rebound from it. See, Jimmy, what you always say, it's the game after the game. I want to see and you know what's so surprising to me? This is the first time I've heard of this. It's the first time I've heard of it. If y'all hadn't mentioned this to me today, I wouldn't have known that Bel Air, I've never heard of Bel Air ever in my life getting beat by 1,000 like that. There's so many I couldn't even count. I've never seen Bel Air. So yeah, that's news to me. So it got to be something. I got to call and get some intel on that one.
And I'm saying I'm not throwing Bel Air out. I'm focusing on something so that people can understand how it goes when certain matchups. Because put it like this. Let's say if by chance, let's say if Cole would have in that loss would have had 20 and 20.
Okay.
Then what would you expected? What would have been expected to be said?
Cole went took care of his business.
Right.
Okay.
So if you expect me to tell you that he took care of his business, then why don't you expect me? Why you get mad at me? I tell you didn't take care of his business.
I ain't mad no more. I ain't mad no more. Cole, tell Jacob Cole I can't wait. I've never seen him play, Jimmy. If he was to come smack me right now, I wouldn't know who he was. But Jacob, guess what?
No, and I like
I'm
him.
gonna be looking for you, baby.
I like him. I talked to his dad, keeps me posted all the time, just texted me yesterday. But once again, those type of relationships is what keep it a buck.
I got him.
Parents say, hey, man, I appreciate it, man. You got on my son. He need to hear that. And that's what most parents will tell me, as long as I'm keeping it above the belt. I'm giving what they call constructive criticism. That was a moment, a very rare moment that you're going to play against a nationally ranked peer with your high school teammates. Very rare for Bel Air. Think about it.
Hey.
Bel Air don't have the schedule that Duncanville has this year. Bel Air not going to get the opportunity to play against a lot of those teams from around the country if they decide to go. They're not going to do that.
I understand. I like that.
Yeah, Duncanville is even coming to Houston this year, and I put together an event for them called the George Floyd Classic. They're going to play Yates on December the 4th and Legacy on December the 5th. Well, vice versa. Legacy, they'll play on that Friday night in Houston. And then they'll play Yates on that Saturday. It's going to be a ceremony with the family of George Floyd. The kids will go over to take pictures at the mural on the side of the corner store where the mural of George and all of that before they go back home on that Saturday evening. Going to be a little announcement. They have dignitaries from House of Representatives and City Council. People will be there as well to acknowledge that event and celebration. So that's already put together.
Hey, if y'all did nothing else today, Jimmy, guess what? Robert Hatter right now want to know who Jacob Cole is. So Jacob, get work, baby, because I'm coming to see you. But Bel Air's not going to play in your thing, right?
No, Bel Air's not going to play. Bel Air's not going to play in that event because I think that Jacob is going to be going out of town. Okay. So I made sure I communicated.
Okay.
I don't want your team playing. I don't want you playing in this event if you ain't coming full throttle. At least 80%. That's part of your octane right there. Okay. He's not going to be there. Then Bel Air, y'all need to sit this one out.
Okay. I got a new news.
So that's fine. So, matter of fact, Coach Glover just texted me about 15, 20 minutes ago. And once again, he embraces it. A lot of coaches embrace this type of conversation and dialogue about their players because what it does, it gives him, the coach, ammunition to help fuel them and say, see what he's saying about y'all? Now let's go out there. And it helps. A lot of coaches use the rankings or team rankings or whatever as fuel for their players. Okay. But the thing is, every player ain't cut from that cloth.
Gotcha. Okay. See, like I was just trying to explain to the people earlier, Jimmy, that's the point of view that you come from. That's not the point of view I'm coming from. I look at this thing a lot different from you. Yeah, this is your job. I'm looking at it at another point of view. So when people tell me, leave it alone, no, I'm trying to get my point across. Because believe it or not, it's some people want to take the blinders off. Everybody don't want to be in the dark, Melvin Dews. Everybody don't want to be in the dark. Who else was that? Kim. Some parents and some people want a different point of view and a fresh perspective about this game. And the reason I say this, Jimmy, I talked to a man this morning on the phone. And the first thing the man was telling me about, he got a new vision that he is putting into place. And the first thing he said was the shortcomings and of the summer basketball circuit. And he got a daughter. And he just saying that people and everybody's out for a buck. And we got guys creating fake Twitter accounts because these parents been hurt. So what I'm trying to do, Kim Jackson and Melvin Dews, is give the parents another look at it. Just because I don't look at it the way Jimmy look at it, don't mean the way I'm talking about, because somebody want to look at it different. So that's all I'm trying to say when I went off on my soliloquy early. If you want to go back and get it later, after the show is over. Because like Jimmy just explained something so well, because I didn't think Jacob Cole, I wasn't going to say, well, Jacob Cole, a top player. If he had 20-20, I'd bragged about him. So when he go up there and don't have but 27 points between him and I got to talk about it, Robert. Guess what? I'm with that. I understand that. Might not agree with it, but I understand it. Because I know they're all kids. But I know iron sharpens iron. And I don't know Jacob, but guess what? By y'all talking about him today, I can't wait to meet him. So that's it. That's it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, now I was just replying and letting I see Sloan saying they Bel Air, they were playing another event the week before, and understand something about relationships. Sloan, when you was in high school at Eisenhower, me and Bruce Glover was pretty good. He just got the job recently over at Bel Air. When I met my wife, she was the head of the secretaries in the athletic department, HISD. So she was one to help.
So you over there bothering that woman while she was working?
No, I went to go see a game. She happened to be next to me, asked for a piece of chewing gum. She saw how good I blew that. I blew that bubble out of my Bubblicious, and the rest was history. So if you can work it like that, boy, let's take it out back. Let's go. I'm riding with you, and that's how I went back. In that 20 years.
I like that. I like that.
20 years, that's 2001. So almost 20 years later, 19 years later, here we go. But Glover, trust me, guys. A lot of people that know relationships. I was greatly responsible for Bel Air getting the Nike deal that they got.
Okay.
Just like and that coach was a lot of people just don't know the history. Ask Coach Glover, y'all who got that Nike deal for him with Tony Dorado.
I'm finna ask him right now. Keep talking.
You guys ask him. And you guys know Coach Wise at Yates. Ask them who got the Nike deal for Jack Yates.
Well,
so that's relationships. Those are deals that was done, lifetime deals.
Yeah.
Bruce Glover, I've eaten at his dinner table. He's eating at my dinner table. We are good. If I wanted Bel Air to play in my event, Bel Air would be there.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't need Bel Air there half-legged.
No.
Because Jacob Cole, and now more than ever, they're going to send, Dino's hit me the other day, Dino Trigonis from California. His Pangos camp is that particular weekend in Dallas. So Jacob is going to Pangos.
Okay.
He needs to go there now.
Okay.
Now, if he would have produced a 20 and 20 against Duncanville, then you could cash out like some players do, and they call it duck season and say, man, I'm gonna cash out with that. Okay. I'm gonna take them chips, cash them in. But you need to go there now.
Okay.
After that, so that means now because he's talented enough to represent H-Town and go and get his stock up, and that way now it's already up. It's on the local level, but to get it up nationally, and that's the thing. So. You know, I mean, and it's a good thing for him.
That's good.
Good thing.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's kind of like, I mean, it's good. It's good conversation, good talk.
Yes.
And I'm liking it. And that's what I say. My point was, and like Stacey Houston said, I'm not being fair. I was trying to make a point. It wasn't the point. That's exactly what I was doing. Was making a point. It wasn't about favor ain't fair. It wasn't about who was the better team, or they shouldn't have got beat like that. It wasn't about done. That was an opportunity. You went on that road for that matchup. Don't get this twisted. That team paid, those parents collectively pooled together their resources and drove all the way up 45 to play for a reason. Now, unless those parents are from Dallas, they going back home and see their folks. It's a family personal trip. That ain't what they went. They went up there. That was a business trip. To whereas you did not take care of business. And it happens. It happens. They said when it happens and most people won't bring it up. They'll wait until you do take care of business and say, well, man, you saw him, you're looking at it. And I'm like, okay, well, I saw what he didn't do that time. Well, man, that's old. That was, okay, well, I got to bring it up now then before it turns to a day old donut. And that's the thing. But this thing, it's just like Duncanville has to play Hightower now on October 4th, Adam. Duncanville's supposed to beat Hightower. But is Bryce Griggs supposed to lay an egg? You see?
They don't feel that they're supposed. You might feel that way. Hightower don't feel they're supposed to lose.
With their roster in place, I didn't say he's supposed to beat the stuffing out of them. They're supposed to win without both coaches on the court. They would have the edge. I would probably on paper. Right now.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion. But keep going.
So, at the same time, who here expects for Bryce Griggs to lay an egg? Because my thing is this. the further the spread is in the course of the game, that means the more the second string
Chicken lay eggs. Bryce ain't no chicken. Chicken lay eggs. So he ain't gonna lay no eggs. I'm just having chicken lay eggs.
No.
He's a wolf. Wolf don't lay no eggs.
That's exactly my point.
I know. I'm just adding.
Exactly my point.
I'm just adding on to it. You ain't got to even talk about that laying no egg.
But that's exactly my point.
Right.
So that means that's how you got to look at it. That means even if Duncanville is winning by double digits, that means in that second half, that means those reserves will be playing more minutes. So the reserves are playing more minutes, then you should really be getting it in against those second and third string guys.
That's right. In this game, don't everybody play?
No, everybody ain't got to play. You play who you want to play.
Now you see why.
This ain't bitty ball.
No love. Now you see why I didn't want to coach my sons in high school team. Because the people who don't never play, they was, put me in. I say, all y'all just go in. Anybody will go in. Just anybody. Just go in. But hey.
I'm just done. Because you guys, they talking about the bubble thing. And I guess I never told that story how I met.
Jimmy, don't tell it over again, man.
No.
Don't tell that story
I already
again.
told him. I'm laughing because Doug say, I'm going to blow a bubble next to my girl and see what she says. She might slap me. Now, Doug.
Jimmy, they missed your whole point. If you already got her, you don't have to blow the bubble. You done already blew a bubble. You did that. That's how you got her.
Yeah.
She asked for some of your gun. See, they missed the whole damn point.
Yeah, if you do that now, you might get slapped.
Yeah, you might get slapped now.
She don't say, wait a minute, when you know how to do that,
Jimmy,
you know how to put that bubble, make that bubble do that?
Jimmy, no. Y'all do that to your side piece then. Nah, go get in trouble out there. Now.
And so now let's go in this mailbag, man. What you got? You got an email? You got a message?
No, that was one of the messages. The parent was just telling me that
I just got the message from Texas boys basketball.
What did he say?
No, Tim Littlefield, which is a part of Texas boys basketball.
Okay.
And he says they have Jacob Cole ranked number 5 in the state of Texas. And I just said top 5.
Okay.
So if you top 5, that mean you magna cum laude. You magna cum laude in the whole state. You wearing a different type of tassel on your robe. Come on, man. Y'all know this, man. You can't be selective on this. And then guess what? That don't mean he's no longer good. That means you got to show when you're ranked that high, the stakes are high. The criticism becomes more. That's all I'm saying. And normally those guys that are cut from that cloth, when they see or hear the criticism and it's well embraced, a lot of those ones that are cut differently or built differently, they know how to take that as fuel. They know how to take that and go and show you something next time you get out. They know how to take that, and next time you see you on the tour line, they're the ones that they come to those and they go on the sideline, make a bucket, look over at you and wank at you, or nod their head at you, or pump their chest at you because they talking to you when they time for them to perform in a big game against another magna cum laude. That's the thing. You can't go and play against Northside High School and you go and you make the play and come pat the shit. No. That ain't gonna work for you.
And Jimmy, I'd like to add this. When you rank that high, Jimmy, every time you go out there and play, it's an evaluation period. Everybody looking at you. Every time. You follow me, Jim? It's like when you rank that high, number 5 in the state?
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. It's almost a business. It's almost a business situation every time you play. And I hate to say that about these young men because we got to understand and make sure that mental health is there. But yeah, man, it's and mamas and daddies of these guys, these kids, please check on their mental state. And I know you push them hard, but they have enough pressures being a young teenager growing up in this crazy world. So let's look at them and let's look at them and you know, just pay a little bit more attention to them, and the pressures of especially of being a top ranked basketball player, because a lot of stuff gonna come with it, Pam.
Yeah.
Guess what?
No,
You got to
no.
have thick skin. You got to be, when Jimmy criticize you, I might say something you don't like. I don't really care because I ain't got to. You don't have to come to my events. The only reason I would, if you become a pro, I like to talk to you. But other than that, hey, all I'm doing is I'm trying to. It's a process, parents, and I'm just trying to help you through the process. Help you through the process. The process don't have to be that bad. That's all I'm saying. Don't have to be that bad. A parent shouldn't be calling me tomorrow. Man, this dirty, low down high school basketball. I got to build my own situation so my daughter won't have to go through this mess. So that's all. It is a big deal. Check on. Don't let them get too high. When somebody rank them 5, then they won't get too low when somebody drop them to 20. I think the parent just don't get too high. Cause see what happening, Jimmy. Some of these parents, my son, he this year, he the number one, and then his identity shouldn't be bottled up into where somebody has him ranked. Then you won't get too high. Hey, look. So then when Jimmy, somebody come over here and say he got his ass tore up, or so, like I said, don't compare a player to another player. Y'all want to talk. Don't compare them. It's no comparison to me. So don't get so high on the highs and don't get so lows on the low. You already know that people out here paying for tweets and people accepting money for them. We already know that. So don't get too high and don't get too low. That's my public service announcement for today. What else you got, Jimmy?
That's I mean, that's good.
I might have some. Keep going.
A good way to land the plane on that topic.
It ain't too land the plane. It's 1:15.
Oh, on that topic.
Oh yeah, on that topic. Yeah.
On that topic. That's a good way to land the plane on that topic. I see Cynthia Guillory out there. She said, and Kerry says we want to hold the evaluators and the ranker to a certain level. But if little Johnny plays bad, we have an excuse. And Cynthia says that's been going on for a while. Too many of the people who was ranking them are motivated by the wrong thing. And that is two good thoughts, two good angles at it. And you guys, it. And bottom line is, and like somebody mentioned on our YouTube feed right now, and it says, Melvin says some kids don't ask for this. This means the status, like in fashion of which it was going, but the parents do. Once again, most of the kids don't ask for all of this vocal public critiquing, but then the parents set the stage for this and saying protect our boys. And so that's what I noticed what I said when I mentioned a young kid. I'm not going to go back. I also say I like him, but then understand that was an opportunity. So it wasn't like I don't like him or he's not that. No. He's very good. But then our very good is not good enough. So that means if somehow the national rankings come out and he's ranked in the top 20 in the country, and neither one of those guys he just played against is, then they're going to have a valid concern. That's the wait a minute, how? But then that's sometimes how this stuff goes. When you play so this brings another question. We got the mailbag, Adam, and somebody asked an anonymous, question for you guys, or for us. They present to you guys. If a kid is the only top ranked player on his high school team, is that going to reflect bad on him? I like the question, and also I like the question because people really want to know. Because you'd be surprised with people out there will try to tell parents as to try to persuade them to transfer to what they may consider greener pastures. I'll put it like this. A couple of years ago, right? Quentin Grimes played at College Park. Not a single other player from College Park got a Division I scholarship. Quentin Grimes was a McDonald All-American. Of course, he's now at University of Houston by way of Kansas. Before Quentin Grimes, I could mention Jared Vanderbilt, but there was one player on that team that got a Division I scholarship, and he ended up going to Lamar. But I don't think he's playing. I'm right now. I'm gonna ask you guys. Doug is watching Doug Jones from Victory Prep's team with Jared Vanderbilt in 2000 and I think 2018. I want to say 2017. Did any of those players still play in Division I basketball from Victory Prep?
I have not, no idea, because I didn't know neither one of them.
But they had one that went to Lamar, and he left Lamar. And this is a very good question. So while I'm waiting for the answer to come through, De'Aaron Fox, Cy Lakes, he had one Division I player who just graduated from college and on that team, right? With Cy Lakes. Meaning he didn't have a monster team. And the Division I player that De'Aaron Fox had alongside of him was not a Division I player when De'Aaron Fox was getting his praise and accolades. That Division I player, what's his name, Adam? The kid from Cy Lakes went to Lamar.
I don't know.
The guard. The guard name. Y'all help me out.
Oh, Nick Garth.
Nick Garth.
Okay.
Nick Garth was not a Division I player.
No, he was not.
He was a Division I hopeful, meaning he didn't have offers in 11th grade.
No, he did.
He picked up his offers in the summer after his 11th grade.
That's right.
When Lamar said, "Okay, let's go on."
Right.
And thank you, Angel. So understand what I'm getting at. That means De'Aaron Fox helped mold him, Nick Garth, year round, because they had to play the same summer team with the Houston Hoops. He helped mold him into a Division I player by you playing alongside him and accepting your role. Mm-hmm. All the way until the last possession of the playoffs at the Campbell Center when he took the ball and went and threw the ball. Well, anyway, that's a whole different thing. But now, go back before De'Aaron Fox. Justin Jackson in 2014. HCYA. How many of you guys remember HCYA? That's only one player off that. Well, didn't Kadeem Latin play there?
Briefly.
Kadeem Latin?
Yeah, he played. Yeah.
Then a kid like Elijah Lee was like in the 9th grade at the time.
Right.
So he wasn't a Division I player at that time. He molded and grew. He was freaking 5'8", 5'9" when he was playing alongside Jackson. Here's my point. That team wasn't a powerhouse team. That team wasn't HCYA, but know what? And I'll go one front of that. Justice Winslow was the same year at St. John's High School. How many players from that team got Division I scholarships? They played Division I ball. Now, you can say Trauber went and walked on at Rice, and that didn't, and he left that alone real quick, and he realized he had to wake up and do all the same drills and wasn't going to play. So, and he's now in the sports representation business now, which is working out for him just fine. But you guys see where I'm going with this. A lot of those players didn't have powerhouse teams. They still got it done and molded, and because of their name, their glitter, some of their teammates were able to capitalize and get their recruitment up. So to answer to the question, the anonymous question, once again, if a highly ranked player is the only highly ranked teammate on his squad, would that hurt him? No. The system that a coach can put into place can be built to help the team win, to help showcase a player, and or do both. I don't know what the philosophy of the coach is. So that means that between the parent to ask and you should ask some of those questions before you join certain programs, and you can probably know and have that better suited. Don't get it twisted. That don't mean they're gonna tell you the truth. That don't mean they're gonna tell you the truth. That's right, Doug. I'm sorry. Doug Kadeem played for HR Redemption. He didn't play for HCY. So that means Justin Jackson, shit, he didn't have nobody that was, that was an upperclassman. Kadeem played for the RCHA. Kadeem Latin. Not that. So I mean, you see what I'm getting. And then Anthony Fogg mentioned Alvin had Savion Flagg. Savion Flagg stayed faithful to Alvin High School. They used to get their heads beat in. Hell, Proctor lost his job. Proctor say, man, Aaron Proctor was out there at Alvin. And guess what? You could be that guy on the team, but everybody, once again, though, it depends on expectations. Because at Alvin, that excuse with Alvin was Savion Flagg didn't have Alvin competitive. Whereas Justice Winslow had St. John's competitive. Them dudes almost beat Prime Prep. You guys remember that during the Hoopsgiving Classic at Second Baptist High School, packed house, back in 2013 or so? Justice Winslow had for 3 quarters. That was a game. Justice Winslow had those guys home, ACYA. He had them playing. I think wasn't that Tuffy Rhodes' son part of that team?
ACYA?
Yeah, Tuffy Rhodes' son.
Justice went. Oh, you talking about Justin Jackson?
Justin Jackson.
I thought you said Justin Winslow. You said
Justin Winslow with St. John's. They almost beat Prime Prep. I don't know what the name of the school was at the time, but we know them as Prime Prep. They might have been the other API or whatever. But that year had them nervous.
Paul Biancardi, man. He said something the other day, Jim, and I meant to share it with everybody. He said and that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. And I hope a lot of parents listen to this and hear this. He said, the one game you will never win is the comparison game. When you take the time and effort to compare your game and your recruiting to somebody else, you waste time becoming the best version of yourself. It's a recipe for unhappiness, and it is not progress. And I see a lot of that, Jimmy. I mean, you can't get out, you can't talk to nobody. Parent, run your race. Thank you, Sloan. Without them mentioning somebody else's kid. You can't, and I guess everybody do that. A lot of people do that. That's why I try not to get in the comparison game, because it's just not good. And I just realized this was in my notes, and I was looking at some, Jimmy, because this fight that happened, somebody sent a topic this morning, Jimmy, for us to talk about, and I'm trying to pull it up. She was just talking about, I guess somebody tweeted, said parents that get involved in fights at youth sports will always be the worst part of our game. It's not even close. Can we discuss that some point tomorrow, at some point tomorrow? Jimmy, I mean, you've been around. I know you have a lot of police officers because and sheriff deputies there, and what it kind of gets to you what going on with that thing. But I can see that in some of these parents, even some of these parents on the Boom Boom Room. I can see some of y'all are tightly wound. That's why I said I got to give you another some other lens to look through, because this thing was not. I keep trying to tell you, it's possible to enjoy summer basketball. It's possible. You can be a top 10 recruit, a top 10 guy in the city of Houston. And it's possible to enjoy your son's high school career. Now, people are going to talk about it, people are going to say something, but it's possible to enjoy Jeffrey Day. And that fight the other day, Jimmy, is a man, and I know some of these women got mouths like men. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's no excuse. That guy's been arrested. He got his ass whooped, and he got arrested for hitting that woman. But mamas, please, I'm not going to tell you what place to stay in, but mamas, please stay out of these men's face in summer basketball, being confrontational, because some of these guys just don't have chivalry. Some of these guys want to, they might want to hit you back. They might want to hit you. You know, they might think you are slaying them with your tongue, and they want to slay you with their fist. And I just don't want my mamas, my beautiful moms out there, because I know you're just trying to get your son a scholarship. I understand it. I understand your grief. I was there with you. I was there. So I've been I've been where you've been. So when I tell you something, I'm not a scout. I can't tell you what Jeffrey Day does. I can't tell you what Marcus Sloan. I definitely can't tell you what Jimmy does. I can teach you how to be a parent that have never been in a fight. Listen to me now. I wanted to whoop 2 of them in my career. But guess what? My name isn't too important. My family's name is too important for me to put myself in a position, and your family and your name is too important to put yourself in a position where you got to fight about your son. So let's just watch it. I mean, when you go, if you got to say a little prayer in the car, it's some events gonna come up not Jimmy, what you said, October the 2nd. There's gonna be some heated, I'm telling you now, I'm watching the matchup. He doing that for a reason, mamas and daddies. He doing that. It's gonna heighten the intensity. It's gonna heighten, guess what? The stakes are gonna be higher. Because that's what happens at the next level in college basketball if you planning on little Johnny playing there. The stakes gonna be happening. I told y'all a story of the freshman going at the damn upperclassmen so hard, the coach had to cool the freshman off. Because that freshman had been prepared to go to that college and fight for him a position. So understand, parents, before you come, everybody's not gonna agree with you. Everybody ain't gonna like your son. It's okay. I've told y'all the story. Tanisha, I'm sitting in the stands. Man got Jimmy's magazine in his hand, 4 of them. Just going at it talking about my son. They got him right there. He can't be that good. Till after the game, like I said, 30 points later, I went over there and asked those guys. I said, I heard y'all over there talking about that kid. Well, oh, he bad, man. We just saw him right. He didn't look like much. I said, let me tell you something. I'm his dad. I was sitting there right next to him. I heard everything y'all said. So parents, maybe we got to be nicer in the stands. I know it's hard. We just got to be, but this kind of stuff before October the 2nd come, it's all on the videos. It happened in Atlanta. This stuff should never happen, man. Well, somebody had to sit there and fight, and it's a brawl, and them kids got to get in it. You mess around and hit a kid, then you're going to, that is not what you coming there for. So, Jimmy, I had to get that. That was on my heart because somebody sent me that. They said, man, address this. Address this. And Jimmy, I don't know. I mean, you never had to sit through this stuff because you didn't have a kid that played in this stuff. I know how y'all feel. Hey, parents, Jimmy tell you, I didn't even like to sit next to nobody when I was at the game. I went to game and I wanted to sit by myself because I know somebody got something to say. So let's prevent that, especially here in Houston. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're watching all over the world, I'm not going to exclude y'all because I forgot. Matter of fact, Brandon from Kenosha, Wisconsin was on the air. I meant to acknowledge him earlier, Jimmy. Kenosha, Wisconsin is where that unrest came. And he was on the feed earlier. And he said something to both of us, Jimmy. But parents, that's all. I'm a parent. So, it didn't want to sound too preachy, but yeah, put your iPods in. That's a good one. Somebody said, put your iPods in. That's a good one, parents. I ain't gonna lie. I like the game better like that. But Jimmy, if you want to comment.
Understand, yeah. It's a lot of things that goes into to elevate tensions.
Okay.
A lot of these youth sporting events. You can, if you next time you're at a game and you're watching, you can almost see the spark. You rub two rocks together, or two sticks, you can almost see it a lot of times coming from a mile away. And for example, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say two kids go down the court and one elbows one. Referee don't see it, right? Come back down the court, a couple plays the other. That same kid elbows the other kid, or he elbows him on the other side. Referee don't see it that time either. So now the parents of the kid who got to receive the two elbows, they're mad at the referee because they figure the referee should have saw that, and he wasn't in position enough because he's lollygagging up and down the court. That parent is mad and giving the ref the business. So now, referee looks over at the parent and probably, now you engage, shut up, I didn't see that, whatever. Now we go. You can see it coming a mile away. So parent says to their kid, next time that kid elbow you, knock his ass out. Mm-hmm. Or not necessarily those words. Next time he elbow you, you do what I told you. Do what I taught your buddy on. Mm-hmm. So now that kid, what you think is gonna happen? A couple of plays later, showing up, kid elbows the kid. So now the other kid spikes him. He gets hit with the call, with a check. Don't get thrown out the game. You can see it now. So now that team with the kid who threw the elbow, his team winning. They winning big. So while the other kid in the closing moments, you can see that kid teasing that kid who got elbowed and got the tick. What you think gonna happen? What you think gonna probably happen in the shake hand line after the game? What do you think is probably gonna happen in the shake hand line?
I wouldn't even let them shake hands no more, Jimmy.
See, so exactly. So that's why a lot of times as an event operator, when this stuff is going on, if I'm sitting there, just giving, as a parent, you can do the same thing. If you're at my event, you text me, hey, Court 4, you might want to get your officer over there or check it out. Before, on that first elbow or that second one, that way now, the presence of that officer can work magic in itself. Maybe, maybe not, but it can. I've seen it happen. I've seen the officer there and the people going, and the officer knows, and I let the officer know, text the officer, hey, that parent, watch that parent over in that gray shirt. The little kid number 13, the other kid number 2, they got into it, watch them, don't let them shake hands. And the officer gonna stand right at the scores table or not let them shake it off. Those are called solutions, effective solutions in preventive maintenance, in problem solving. A lot of people that do events don't have system in places like that. But at the same, if you are and you do, you could take what I just said and use it as words of wisdom to maybe have your system in place. You could see some stuff coming a mile away. One parent gonna say something in the stands, hey man, get him. take him. Then he go, and let's say your kid holding another kid, you're defending him. That kid get the ball, that parent hollering in the stand, barbecue chicken. Your kid hit a bucket.
But that ain't bad. I like barbecue chicken.
Man, take it, man. He's sorry. Take him. He can't handle you.
I like that. I like that.
So understand. So sooner or later, what you think that other kid parent who happen to be down there in the stands gonna say when they kid finally make a play? That's right. That's right. That's baby. Get in that ass. Barbecue chicken now. And so now you can see.
Yeah. I'm Jimmy. I was talking to the parents. I just talked 20 minutes to the damn parents. I know it happened to me. Get what my favorite word, Jimmy? Cause you know they used to knock my little fella all over the place. And I just tell him, just give him 30. And then he'll look up at the stand. I said, just give him what they're asking for. That's all. Give him what they're asking for, mama. Y'all don't know what that means. I'm just helping y'all out. Said, give him what he asking for. And guess what? When he go home with that 35 piece put on his head, guess what? Then you can walk out of there good. All that fighting, your ass gonna go to jail. You got to pay bail. You got to be in that Jimmy. Sometimes if you stay overnight, they give you another outfit to wear. So guess what? My thing is, man, it's two dudes that I wanted to physically fight in high school basketball. But it would have been on the news. So guess what I did? No, I don't want to embarrass my baby. I don't want to embarrass my son. So guess what, Jimmy? It got past me. I got to tell this story. Jimmy, we had one heated rivalry. Was so heated. They couldn't get me, right? They had to mess with my daughter. If anybody ever seen my daughter, little cute, little dainty little old thing. This girl messed around and pushed her. And by the time I got over there, the police officer said, you need to be helping that other girl. Because this little bitty one done told her the police had to hold my daughter back. But I told her, whoa. I said, wait a minute. Fighting that again. That's why I can talk about this. Because I had to tell my daughter, you can't come to no more game. Well, she was over there talking about my son. She was over there talking about my brother. And I'm glad, y'all. Hey, I forgot about that. Forget the mamas. You got to check the sisters too. Make sure the sisters, if they sister, I'm telling you, Jimmy, I would have never thought my daughter would have did that. And every time I see the police officer, he said, boy, you got off. I said, man, my bad. I apologize. That North Memphis came out of it. That's exactly what did. That's exactly what happened. So what we got to do, parents, and we can laugh about this thing now, but especially if your son good, you're gonna hear some things. And if he terrible, you might hear some stuff. You might hear he with us. If your son make a couple of turnovers, Jimmy, and miss a couple of shots, you gonna hear somebody say, he with us. He with us. So parents, it's not personal. What coach came on? What's your coach came on other day, the retired coach, Jimmy? Arrow. Ronnie said.
Yeah, Ronnie Arrow.
He said something key, man. He said, we're criticizing the player, not the person. We criticize the player, not the person. So, Jimmy, I know that was a long time. We got Jimmy. I know we took, but Jimmy, I just don't want nothing to happen at your event because I know you're going to have some of them people at your event and Miss Marjorie going to take y'all to jail, man. And what's my other officer's name? Jimmy.
Hopkins.
Hopkins. Hoskins.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Okay, I done told you. Now keep going. What else we got?
You gotta realize, man, they have a going a friendly wage on who gonna be able to use their taser first.
See that?
They ready. I mean, I didn't say gun, taser. They for real.
Yeah.
You know, they want to use their taser. They have never used it at one of our events, and it's knock on wood. But I mean, now I understand. They're not saying I want to take nobody to jail. They just want to hit them out with that taser one time. That taser gonna make you make some noises and some sounds that you don't know you can make.
And guess what? I don't want my people to get tased. I don't want nobody. I just want y'all to get out of there, get in the parking lot, go home, and then let's talk about that stuff in the car. That's all. That's all. I just want to get home safe.
So another question, of course, next time, and Melvin says, Jimmy, do you ever have to get on your rest for engaging with the parents at the tournaments? Yes.
Do you have to get what, Jimmy? I didn't hear you.
Do I ever get on? Have I ever had to get on my referees for interacting or going over the line or below the belt with parents or with spectators during the course of the game? Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why I tell people, you let me know. You're the consumer. But I don't know if you don't tell me. I'm not able to watch all 6 or 10 or 24 courts at the same time. You gotta let me know. Or nowadays with the technology, take a screenshot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or that referee. Referee is, understand, bad calls gonna be bad calls. They're gonna make, I mean, that's gonna happen.
Can we make,
but if a referee
Jimmy,
is going below the belt,
Jimmy, could we make a screenshot of an obnoxious parent?
Remember we started that last year. We started doing it last year, and then we stopped doing it. We was on the 50-yard line on it, but we can bring that back. Remember, every week the parent gone wild over the weekend.
Yeah.
And we have some nominees, and we let the Boomer Room vote on them.
No. I'm talking about identify them at the game when you see a problem. Identify them and have the security come over there and get in there behind.
Yes, they know. A lot of them know there are certain coaches in the grassroots sector.
Okay.
They know that it's going to be high maintenance.
Okay.
They know John Urie is going to be a high maintenance.
But he don't be physical with nobody.
No, but I'm just saying, but you can cause intense situations.
His mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can make the staff job harder. That means you're high maintenance. So they know Aaron Harrison. They know Drew Parker, but he stopped coaching actually now of his health. The doctor's orders said, but he's found himself back on the bench about 2 weeks ago at one of the events. So people know they know the certain ones and certain parents. Those officers they have amongst themselves, they know certain parents. That parent or that team playing, we got to, they're gonna. And then as Doug says, if you're really paying attention to what some people are wearing, especially females, what they're wearing on Sunday can let you know if they're coming for some extracurricular stuff. And that's a running joke amongst some of the basketball circles. If you see a woman wearing some black Air Force One, you know it's about to be popping.
Man.
That's a running joke. But if you
Jimmy,
see a woman on,
you know what I missed this summer, Jimmy?
Because they can't scuff them up as easy.
You know what I missed this summer, Jimmy? The Lululemons and the sundresses, man. This COVID show messed up the summer. They messed up the summer, man. They really did. They really. I know you're listening. Well, I don't know what Herb talking about. I know you look. They really messed up the summer, Coach. People. It's crazy. So what's the next topic? What is Herb talking about?
I mean, I don't know. I just
see y'all take the show to a whole nother place. Guess what, Jimmy? Hey, shout out to D1 Athletics. What's up, Coach Green? Jimmy, you familiar with D1 Athletics?
D1 Athletics?
Uh-huh.
Which team is that?
D1 Athletics. I think it's a new program. I met with some of the principals of the program on the phone earlier, and they watching the show. And thank y'all, man, for watching the show. See that, Jimmy? We got 2 new people watching the show. So shout out to D1 Athletics. Okay, shout out to them.
So and so now we got, of course, if you just tune in, you missed earlier. We gave the schedule for the Super 16 Extravaganza. It is now posted on the front of rcssports.com. You go to the front of that website, rcssports.com, and you can see the schedule for the Super 16 Extravaganza, as well as the showcase games, which will be played on Sunday. That is spearheaded by the Duncanville versus Hightower. That will take place, of course, the weekend of October, the first weekend in October, the 2nd through the 4th, at the gym, 2325 Atascocita Road is the address for the gym. We will have limited amount of spectators. I have about a week or so before I actually come up with the details as to how we will, enforce and talk with my officers, because we want a safe environment. And for that, which, of course, we also know that Exquisite Elite Cleaning is going to be on site sanitizing the courts between games. So we're going to do that as well. That way now.
How does that work, Jimmy? Because I haven't had a chance to go to an event at all this summer. How does that work? Does all the people have to go out the gym for the next game?
And
explain how that works.
And I've seen it work both ways with Rick Nelson and his company and the Exquisite Elite. And for a lot of the tournaments, they normally have to flush everyone out, then clean the bleachers and the seating areas and the basketballs, then bring the next set of teams and crowd in.
Okay.
So that's what we're probably going to do with the Super 16, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that means some people, you can come back in, but you have to wait till those other people outside. Like, you got to get back in line to come back. Well, the line will be going too fast, the way we're going to have the contraflow, because this year the teams will go through one particular door, will go through another door. Okay. So we're not having the teams and the spectators coming through the same door.
Do you have a VIP door?
And I don't know. You have to ask Doug Jones.
Okay. I just want to know, because I'm not coming through where everybody else coming through. I'm just letting you know.
No matter whatever door you come in, you're going to have to get a wellness check.
I'm going to get a wellness check. I'm going to have on my thing. I'm going to take off all my gear and let y'all wellness check, and I'm going to put all my hazmat outfit back on. Yeah. I just want to know. I ain't coming with general population here now. Just letting you know. But
that's a third jailhouse analogy you can gave, reference you can gave today.
What's
that? You say general population.
See, I didn't know.
Now, of course, while we've been on, we can take out the time. Of course, it's a perfect time to preview the NBA games this week tonight.
Jimmy, hold on before you preview. Address that for. I'm gonna let you address it first. Smart ass Walter Yates. He said, Jimmy, there's a guy in my office said he started you guys on the Chop Shop at 102.5 at Million White.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Absolutely
Million White, he started us at that particular radio station. The Chop Shop was on an AM dial before going to 102.5 FM. But Million White is our guy. That's the bet. That's
bad
he's
man.
Done more. He's done more for us than any of the 3 radio stations that we were on.
Yes.
And with E. White and his family, especially him, and his hey, Walt, you meeting royalty right there.
Yes.
You understand? You're meeting some royalty right now with Million White. That's for sure. And everything from Beyonce all the way back to the 90s, in radio. There's the history of radio in Houston can't be told without mentioning Million White.
That's right.
And guess what? We have a couple of projects on the table right now, just waiting to hit the green button on with Million White right now with the Chop Shop, just waiting until the perfect time to proceed with him on some other stuff. So that's great. It's a small world. It really is.
Small world.
And of course now Hal, I want to mention before we get into this basketball preview of tonight, both playoff games tonight,
Right.
the Eastern Conference Finals as well as Game 7. I want to give you guys a quick piece of breaking news that Major League Baseball has, the rumor has turned into a fact. They will indeed conduct the playoffs, right, in a bubble. And that would be taking place in California, I think in Anaheim, and I want to say San Diego. No, let me take that back. The World Series will be at Globe Life Park in Arlington. All right? The American League Championship Series will be at San Diego's Petco Park. I knew San Diego was in there somewhere. And National League will be at Globe Life Park in Arlington. So Dallas will get the National League Championships and the World Series. San Diego will get the American League Championship. The American League Division Series will be held at San Diego and the Dodger Stadium, while the National League Division Series will be at, as I just mentioned, in Dallas, at the Globe Life Park in Arlington, as well as Houston's Minute Maid Park. So H-Town gets the National League series, divisional series. So that's kind of cool, so that they can contain and keep those teams rather than flying to different cities. You don't know what position some cities will be in, them flying back and forth. They're putting the people at a neutral site. That way now those games are being played. It's not a home and home, not home field advantage. That will be removed. So now the home field advantage element has been evacuated by Major League Baseball. So for you baseball fans, that's news in that. Now, on today, we got the Raptors. They re-upped Nick Nurse. They re-upped, and which is not a bad thing to do. I mean, Nick Nurse, he did about as much as he could with that team.
He's good.
This year. Took them 7 games against the Boston Celtics, and they went out swinging with both hands. So now they've re-upped, gave him an extension. And how about the Milwaukee Bucks? They met with Greek Freak yesterday, or day before yesterday, and promised Greek Freak, just as we predicted last week on the Chop Shop, they're going to meet with you and tell you, baby, I'm taking you to the Gucci store. I'm taking you to the Louis store. We're going to get whatever you want. We're going to get throwing the Chanel bags and Jenny Choo shoes. We're going to make a splurge through the Galleria. Right? That's what they're supposed to do. Now the Greek Freak, mind you, we forgot to mention the Greek Freak unfriended his teammates on social media. Before this meeting, right after the loss to the Miami Heat.
And Jimmy is so prevalent, he don't follow but a few people. So it's easy. He don't follow but a few people. He in the teens on how many people he followed. Guess who he didn't unfollow, Jimmy? It's one teammate he didn't unfollow.
Who?
His brother.
So, I mean, do you understand? He unfollowed them.
Jimmy, what does that mean to you? What I want to know who although you know I'm not a social media savvy guy. If somebody stopped following with me, it's okay with me. What was the significance of that? The significance of it?
Of him unfollowing?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you're unfollowing, that means I don't want to see or hear nothing that you have to say. Okay. When if anybody ever unfollowed anybody,
why don't you just not look at it?
Okay, so if you don't look at it, that means your addiction to looking at it,
Jimmy, you don't follow with a few people.
But that means you don't want nothing that they have to say to come on your timeline. That's what that means.
Okay.
So that means you made a conscious decision not to unfollow one, but to unfollow the entire team.
Except his brother.
Except your brother. So now they're meeting with Greek Freak and promising they're going to bring him some help in there. They said they're willing to go beyond the luxury tax with him. and bring some help. Now, mind you, do you not understand how many teams gonna be looking for help next year? Miami Heat gonna be trying to looking for some more help.
Houston Rockets gonna be looking for help.
Rockets gonna be looking for some more help at an economic, best bang for the buck. They're strapped. They're strapped. Okay, Brooklyn Nets are gonna be looking for some more help. Who would not want to go play with KD and Kyrie? The attention that they're going to get.
Oh, you talking about help? Or you talking about Giannis? Giannis ain't gonna help.
No. They're saying they're going to get more help for him.
Oh,
so the free agents that are out there, those teams are going to be
go somewhere else. Jimmy, Milwaukee is not a place that you want to go.
Bingo. Think of the three cities I just named. I just named Brooklyn, Miami, Houston.
Welcome to Miami.
You see the difference?
I'm Miami all day long, baby. LeBron the only one didn't like Miami.
I think Miami may bring Iguodala back for a swan song. Maybe. Iguodala is really
heavy trash right now, Jim.
Well, no, he's serviceable to them. He's really playing his role. He's playing that role with them. He's serviceable. But next year you bring him back as you're having a bench coach. Remember, Iggy is part of the NBPA. And that's another thing. He's an administrator. He's a ranking official with the Players Association.
Oh yeah. No, I'm laughing at Latrice Hughes. She's sitting there talking about we used to always ding Mr. Katie, and I had the bat and hit the bell with the bat. I forgot about Latrice. Been around a long time. That's at 102.5 where $1 million allowed. And Jimmy, I'm so glad you said that about $1 million because he was a great resource for us. He helped us in a whole, you said, than any other radio station. And we thank you, Million White. Never forget you and your wife, Kim. We thank you for everything. So what else you got, Jimmy? What else you got? Oh, you want to talk about this?
Let's get right into it. We tonight's schedule. Of course, it starts out at 5:00, 5:40 Central Time. Miami and Boston game 1.
Okay.
And
what you want?
Both teams have a player from Houston on the roster. Both.
So Jimmy Butler, and whom?
And Carson Edwards.
Okay. One's gonna play and one not.
Yeah, one not.
Okay.
But Carson Edwards, he's not heavy trash.
No.
He's a buy. Actually, he's a good trade addition if they can let him get under because they got Carson Edwards.
Why would you trade? If I was him, I want to get the hell out of there.
Well, depending on what Marcus Smart going to act. Because Marcus Smart, what's his contract like, Al? Because Marcus Smart has increased his value a great deal.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So, but Carson Edwards was brought in to serve that Marcus Smart.
No, Jimmy, no. He can't defend like Marcus. No.
No, not yet. No, he can't defend like Marcus.
No. Marcus Smart, man. I didn't see this coming, Jimmy. I didn't know. And let me tell y'all something. Defense, being able, like your boy, I'm going to tell you who's going to get, I didn't want to give him no pub. I can give him something now. That Lou Dort guy. He's going to be he's a rookie. Jimmy, he probably ain't got but a 1 or 2 year deal. So he going to be able to get some money quicker. I don't know. I think Carson got a 3-year deal, I think. I think I looked at it. But he said the Sixers should keep Carson. No. Carson was with the with Boston, Ken Gamble. Ken Gamble, you must just woke up. He said they should have kept. Oh, he should have kept Carson. Oh, I didn't know. I thought Boston drafted him.
Didn't he get traded on draft night?
I don't remember. I have no idea. I ain't gonna lie. But let's go. So who gonna win this game tonight, Jim? Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, man.
I got Boston winning this series 4-2.
Okay, let me give you a matchup. Let's match up. Give me some matchups, right? Jimmy Butler versus Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. I'm sorry, Jimmy Butler. What's my guy name? My mind blank. Jalen.
Tatum.
Tatum. Who win that matchup?
I think it's a wash.
That's a wash?
No, Jimmy Butler gonna win it. Well, Jimmy Butler ain't been scoring a whole lot.
No, I'm
He's
just
been,
talking about just the
he's been
matchup.
doing a whole lot. So if you're talking, let's just talk about because really the points is going to determine the game. Jimmy Butler is going to get the edge and going to outscore Tatum in the series.
Okay, so let's go with Jaylen Brown and Jaylen Brown. Who's on the other team? Bam Adebayo.
Bam in rebounds, Jaylen in points.
Okay. No, I just okay. Some people said Tatum. Okay, I like that.
If Tatum outscores Jimmy Butler, Boston is guaranteed to win.
But Tatum is counted on to score more than Jimmy.
Yeah, no, but they got Kimba, who had a horrible series last round.
Right.
And so don't forget about Kimba. He's an overdue book right now.
Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you who balling, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy, give me this one. Kimba versus Gordon Dragic.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dragic been killing, man.
I know, but then Kimba hasn't. It's like thinking about Paul George. Kimba can't be bad again this series that long. Kimba hit that game-winning shot, yes, but I'm talking about for overall playing. I give you understand. Kimba's last 2 games, 14 points, 5 points. You see what I'm saying? But the 3 games before that, he was 21, 15, and 29. You see what I'm saying? So it's think about it.
But guess what I saw, Jimmy? I saw a game where Jimmy didn't score that much and they still won.
I say he's not scoring a lot, but he's doing a lot. You see? Okay. But Jimmy Butler, he's not scoring a lot, but he's doing a whole lot.
Oh, he's doing a whole lot. Dude, I think them dudes scared of Jimmy. I'm telling you, on his team, they scared not to perform, man. Tyler Hero, I know he said, dude, if I give you one of them shots, you better hit. But Jimmy, Tyler Hero that made you forget about Duncan Robinson. I tell you what, they got 2 of the baddest the shooting white boys in the league. I can tell you that.
So here's what I found out. Kemba Walker, they played 3 times against Miami this season. He's averaging 19.7 in those 3 matchups. So he's doing he's taking care of business against Miami.
Okay. Playoffs different though.
Yeah, playoff different, but sometimes matchups and matchups. Now you got to say who's going to be what has Marcus Smart done against this team?
Okay, that's a good one.
7 points a game. He's only played in 2 of those 3 matchups. Hey, 26 minutes.
Jimmy,
7 points.
We got a high school coach on here saying Butler and Tatum, 2 different positions. They won't guard each other. And the father, tell me what position that Tatum played that's so different from the position that, and then I'm gonna leave it there, that Jimmy played, and I'll wait. Come on, Jimmy. Wow. But keep going, Jimmy. What was you talking about? Some people just want to say, I think he just said that for me to say something. Come on, Jimmy. What else you got?
I mean, if I'm looking at both of them, and we said earlier, and I told you it was going to be close, and even in the matchups against each other, they both are pretty much canceled out.
No, thank you, Todd Holmes. Thank you so much. These guys are interchangeable and playing all. Thank you, Todd Holmes. But keep going, Jimmy.
Yeah. And so, once again, we're talking.
I'm going to leave that alone. Walter Yates. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Trying to see anybody got the spread? I don't have it in front of me. I can go and let me check it, see what the spread is on that game tonight.
Boston ain't got Doug. Boston don't have Tatum playing the 4. Jimmy, go study that guy's system. He just might have
One
him closer
something
to the
about one
basket,
and a half.
but he don't have him playing the 4, Doug. It might just look like that, Jimmy. But what's that guy name? What's that coach, Brad Stevens? No. Everybody out. Everybody out and got that one guy in the middle. Tice. Everybody out. So, but what else you got, Jim?
The spreads are the Boston Celtics by 1.5 and the Clippers by 7.5. So now we move
Man, what's
to the
been going on with
Clippers.
my boys, man? Let me talk about my Clippers just a little bit. Jimmy, guess what? I haven't talked to my Clipper people. You know how I am. If you lose, y'all know how I am. If you lose, you don't get the call. Jimmy, what I said, when you ball, you get the call, right? I haven't called my dude, man, nobody on the team in these last 2 games. I'm sorry. Yes, I did. I called him after the first game, and I can't tell you what he said. Talked about one particular player. Jimmy, tell me one player in this series that's really, really disappointing you. That's really, really disappointing you.
In this series,
Okay, on the Clippers team. It's one player that's really disappointing the hell out of me.
well, in this series, I think I would give it to, for disappointing this series, I would go twofold: Patrick Beverly and Lou Will in this series.
Patrick disappointing you? Oh, because he fouled out. He fouled out with 10 minutes left in the game. Okay.
Because he's their lifeline. He's their energy
Lou Will
that
been
keeps
killing.
them.
Doug, thank you, Doug. Lou Will, Jimmy. Ever since that stuff with Lou Will, late for the
Well,
bubble. Hold up. He
I
was
just
late
said
for the
Beverly,
bubble. I know you said both of them,
Beverly,
but I don't. Lou Will is terrible right now, Jimmy.
what you call terrible?
He's just terrible. I mean, Jimmy, look at it. Go look at it. You the stat, man. Go look at his stats for me. Look at all them minus 20s and minus them negative 20s for me.
I got a question.
Okay.
I got a question. What happened? And Kevin Freeman, he going to hell, man. Kevin Freeman, he been freaking with us to come up with our all ugly team. He says that the Clippers would have 3 people on the first team all ugly. I can't believe
Nah,
that.
man, hey, man, what you doing looking at men anyway, Kevin Freeman? Let's talk about something else.
Now, here's what I want to get at. You remember the Dallas series?
Uh-huh.
Right? The Dallas series went 6 games with the Clippers. And we know we had injuries and Porzingis went down. But in that series, the X factor, you mentioned about X factor.
Mm-hmm.
The X factor was Little Ugly Part 2. Who I'm talking about? Who's Little Ugly number 2?
On who team?
For the Clippers.
Beverly?
No. Reggie Jackson.
Who?
Reggie Jackson.
Terrible.
What you mean? Understand something.
I don't like his game, Jim.
Oh, let me tell you something. Against the Dallas Mavericks, he was the X factor. Was Reggie Jackson. Put like in game 6, he had 14. In game 5, he had 11. Game 4, he had 14. In each 3 of those games, 2 of those 3 were wins for the Clippers. He averaged in that series about 21 minutes a game. In this series, how do you think about it? In this series against the Denver Nuggets.
Matchup, coach.
I understand that.
That's how they play.
But I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been struggling as a team. So then you try to go and try to find a way to. This dude in the last 4 games has only played a total of 16 minutes in the last 4 games. Now he's averaging 21 last series.
Coach,
and
you gave the numbers. What was his numbers in those games? He averaged 21 minutes. Jimmy, he wasn't effective in those.
Okay, let me get efficient. Watch this. In game 6, 14 punts, 5 for 9 from the field, right? 4 for 7 from three-point land. Remember this. Remember the three-pointers. In game 5, 11 points. They had 22 minutes, 11 points, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from three-point land. In game 4, 28 minutes, 14 points, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 7 from three-point land. That's those 3 games. Dude, he's shooting over 50.
Something else his ass ain't doing.
Huh?
Maybe he ain't guard nobody. Something else his ass ain't doing.
What?
For Doc to put him on that bench, Jimmy, I don't like him. Bad fit. I don't care how many.
Understand, he was shooting over 50%.
Jimmy, do me a
Once
favor.
again, his 3-point.
Pull up the plus minus.
In that series, he went, in that series, he went, let's see, 4, 7, that's 11, 13, 16 for 28. 16 for 28 is like going 8 for 14. That's like going 4 for 7.
Hey man, I'm about to get off, Jimmy. Jimmy, let's take the show. We're gonna do something else, man. Let's take the show. We're gonna cut off. We got 2 guys not acting right on the Boom Boom Room, and we're gonna pull the plug on it. We're gonna let y'all call each other. You shouldn't use our Boom Boom Room page for this, and you know who I'm talking about. Y'all using your testicle slanging contest on the Boom Boom Room, man. So let's just stop there right now, man, and we just gonna end the show. Okay? Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I've been seeing it, and I thought they would quit, but they keep on doing. I keep on doing it. Yeah, but if we don't have anything else, Jimmy.
Yeah, I got an appointment. I got to get over to the.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, man. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Let's come back with a better attitude, men. Tomorrow is Women Rock Wednesday. So let's come back with a better one tomorrow. You know, I ain't saying nobody wrong and nobody's right. It's just that on this forum, this goes all over the world, gentlemen. This just not a local forum. And what you writing down is there forever, just like you tweeting. So come on, baby. Come on. All right. So Jimmy, go on, Yabba Dabba, do this thing, baby.
I gotta get up out. I didn't even see that now.
Okay, don't Yabba Dabba do us and get us out of here.
I address that tomorrow. I got to get up out of here, guys. Once again, go to the website, rcssports.com, and get the full schedule for the Super 16 extravaganza as well as the showcase games. Right on the front page of rcssports.com. No password needed. Go ahead and check that out. Also, it's on you can download the RCS Sports app. Download that app, and you can look at the rosters for all the teams as well. And we will have more of those teams populated in the couple of days to come. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Chop Shop. Don't forget, of course, coming up this Thursday, somebody asked earlier, Lupe Nunez will be joining us on Thursday.
Lupe!
And with his conversation, highly anticipated conversation about his decision to join JL3 in the grassroots sector. But on behalf of Robert Hatter, this is Jim Hicks. Guys, I got to go up out here. I don't know how I'll be rocking tomorrow. I might have a swole jaw. I got to go to the dentist and go and get one of these 2 snatched up out of there real quick. Yeah. But meanwhile, in between time, see you guys in 22 hours. Time to Yabba Dabba do this. Slide down Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing on this Tuesday. Peace out, guys. Y'all relax. We'll see you.
Relax.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.